we've never had a referendum in the United Kingdom that we've not honoured the result of. Parliament understood this fact when it voted overwhelmingly to trigger Article 50. And both major parties did so too when they stood on election manifestos in 2017 that pledged to honour the result of the referendum. Yet as we've seen over the last few weeks, there are some in Westminster who would wish to delay or even stop Brexit and who will use every device available to them to do so. I asked them to consider the consequences of their actions on the faith of the British people in our democracy. The House of Commons did not say to the people of Scotland or Wales that despite voting in favour of a devolved legislature, Parliament knew better and would overrule them or else force them to vote again. What if we found ourselves in a situation where Parliament tried to take the UK out of the EU in opposition to a Remain vote? People's faith in the democratic process and their politicians would suffer catastrophic harm. We all have a duty to implement the result of the referendum. A no-deal Brexit that would cause turbulence for our economy, create barriers to security cooperation and disrupt people's daily lives, or the risk of no Brexit at all, for the first time in our history failing to implement the outcome of a statutory referendum and letting the British people down. These alternatives both remain in play if the deal is rejected. You can take no deal off the table by voting for that deal. And if no deal is as bad as you believe it will be the height of recklessness to do anything else. But while no deal remains a serious risk, having observed events at Westminster over the last 7 days, it's now my judgment that the more likely outcome is a paralysis in Parliament that risks there being no Brexit. We've seen the assurances that are being published today. I believe those do give more assurance and confidence to MPs about the nature of the relationship we will have with the European Union in the future, about the desire on both sides not to see the backstop come into force, and what we will both do to ensure that we're working to make that not happen, so that we can get onto that future relationship, which is the best way of ensuring a sustainable long-term relationship and dealing with the Northern Ireland border on that sustainable long-term basis. And the commitments expressed today show commitment on both sides to get on and do that. We're leaving on the 29th of March. I've been clear that I don't believe we should be extending Article 50, and I don't believe we should be having the second referendum. We have that instruction, we have it from the British people to leave. I believe it's our duty to deliver on that. I want to do it in a way that is smooth, that is orderly, as I've just said, protects jobs and security and protects our union.